bits.
I got the recorder also.
Start
Yeah. No.
Check for the lies, yeah?
Six, 7. I don't know, it's 7. No, I ain't. Okay, guys. Hi.
Hello, Slaven.
Hello.
That's always a good way to start the new season. I'm going to ask you about 8 potential injury doubts.
8?
A bit too many, is it? Yeah, well, Antonio?
Yeah, the most of them are from last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know we finished the. It's not 8. Is it 8?
Well, I've got 8 here, but you
You're
can
right.
tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Antonio first?
Yeah, Mikey, you know, he got injured against Swansea last season, and the plan was for him to miss maybe a couple of games because he done the operation. You know, it wasn't just an injury; it was a big one, and that was the plan, to miss maybe a couple of games. And he was and is ahead of the schedule. He's good healer, let's say like this, strong, everything, mentally strong, hard worker, and a bit of a monster also, you know, physically. And so the fact is he's ahead, which means that he's playing tonight for under-23s, and then he's going to miss the first game of the season against Man United away, but he trained with us since Monday. And as I said, tonight he's playing, and he should be in a team, in a squad, at least for a game against Southampton.
That's good news.
But that was planned. That was planned. Only it was there was maybe possibility or an option that is going to be a couple of games or whatever. But it's one, yeah.
I guess Andy Carroll's a bit further behind.
Yes, but it looks like he's a bit further. He's not a lot. In one stage of the preseason, even last year, you know, he was way behind. But now it looks like he's training individually still, but he's doing basically all the movements, everything with the ball and all that. So if it continues like this, he should train with us on Wednesday, and he will not start from zero. He will start like, okay, he didn't play for a long time and all that, but he will be in, let's say, okay condition fitness-wise. Of course, then he needs to feel, to play, to train with the guys, with the team and all that, to feel ball, because it's one thing that you do individually, the other thing is when you're part of the group training. But it's since long time, like since March or whatever, April, it looks like it is the most promising situation regarding Andy. So of course I wanted him to be fit at the start of the preseason, of course, but it wasn't unfortunately the case. But now it looks like there is a light or a goal that is very near. Yeah. So
Before the international break next season?
if it goes like this, if it goes well, according to plan that we all want and wish and basically expect, then it's all about how does he look on the pitch, like regarding the coordination and all that. So I don't know. Knowing Andy from before, he always needed maximum 10 days, couple of weeks to come back basically playing, you know. But then that was also one of the reasons that why he was getting injured again, maybe. You know, so it's about the balance. Shake-away, I don't know, I'm fed up about these you know, when specialists or when the physio tell you that that's kind of an injury that they never seen in their life, like, yeah, okay, but so it really, because I've seen it. It was one of the strangest ever that I ever seen. Although the most strange ones, they come out of nothing, you know, like that. But this wasn't even a sharp movement. It was nothing, basically. In the beginning, it looked nothing, and then suddenly, after half an hour, it looked like everything, like bad. thank God it's not. And Sheku is again like Michael Antonio. He's really like a good healer, and he's also way ahead. So Sheku and Lanzini should be back. They are the only two who got injured in the preseason. Both very strange, without the opponent. It's not like a muscle or whatever loading. It's just they come, and both of them should be. After Southampton game, so maybe for Newcastle game, at least one of them. If not, then straight after international break.
Did you say Lanzini?
Yeah, both of them should be like that.
Mark Noble?
Mark Noble, no, he just missed few days because of his toe. That is like.
He had the operation.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's gone. Like he played through the pain last season and all that. He missed a couple of games at the end because it was basically unbearable to play with that pain, and we were already safe and all that, so he didn't play, and so he's fit.
I've also got down here Sacco and.
Sacco, Reed also he didn't start the preseason with us, but then since so he missed Austria. He was in Austria working with the physios and all that on his fitness, and then he joined us in Germany. And he trained in Germany, so he's fit after that operation, after Spurs game, I think. And Sacco the same. Okay, Sacco's got a longer break. He had a back operation back in, I don't know, February or whatever, maybe even January. And he joined us in Germany. So he lacks match practice. I speak to him every day, and he trains with us, and he looks healthy. He's missing the match practice, of course, because he didn't play for a long time.
Excellent. On Lanzini, how important is he to you, and is there any sign of a new deal for him?
Manuel is, you have no player is bigger than a club in any way. I'm not talking about contract. I'm talking about he's just one player. He's just part of the team like any other player, like even Messi and all them. But he is one of our key players, definitely. So he's a great lad, and he knows his situation. And we know I spoke with him last season a few times. At the end of the season, then in the beginning of the preseason and all that, and he knows, and we are looking after him. You know that he's happy. It is big year ahead of him, and we know his situation, and we're going to do everything possible to sort him out. Although he's got a long contract, of course, with us. But let's be honest, the chairman always used to appreciate those kind of situations, and I know that the chairman activate his clause even before he had to. He already showed him how much we respect him and all that, and he deserves from us to do it again. And no doubt he's our key player, and we're gonna well look after him.
Do you see a desire from him to stay here?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When I said he's a great lad, he never showed me, and we speak very, very often on a daily basis. We talk or longer talk, and he never showed any sort of things that he's unhappy. And then again, of course, every player knows his situation, and he wants to use the situation in a good way, best possible way for himself. But I know for sure that he's happy here. He likes it.
Hernandez says he doesn't know whether or not he'll celebrate if he scores at Old Trafford. I guess you just want him to score, you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's down to the player, it's individual, but it ain't gonna distract him from being concentrate on and focused on the whole game. He looks good. Okay, he was at the Confederation Cup, and all the players who were part of the Confederation Cup, especially those players played last season in whatever leagues or whatever, they're still not totally fit. They had a longer break and all that. but he looks. So he's not 100%, but he looks. To me, he looks 100. He looks sharp. He looks good. His movement is really top class. It is exceptional kind of movement. He knows where to run. He knows when to run. He plays on shoulder of the defenders. He knows to put himself in the position that if they want to see the ball, they can't see him, and the other way around. You know, you can see straight away that he's a top player, and also a very, very nice lad.
You're wanting to celebrate when he scores?
Whatever, you know, just, it would be nice for him and for us, of course, that he scores.
You've done some good business so far this window. Any more planned?
I said I'm thankful, and I have to congratulate the board, the chairman and the board for the business, because those, if you remember, and you remember from last year, I said that we, like, despite all the injuries that we have whole season, especially towards the end of the season, still we were managed to put a good team out. So hence, we don't need a squad. I'm not talking about refreshing, one go, one comes and all that, especially if those players are young. But we wanted the players that are going to improve our first 11. Our game, when we talk about first 11, then like any other manager, I think about 15 players, you know, that you are counting for next 7-8 games, you know, and that's what we've done. We wanted to get quality players with great character, with something to prove on, and we wanted to get the players that know the league, and we got it.
Can I ask you about Man United, don't worry. While we're talking about transfer, I just want to put a couple of names to you, then we'll move on. Talk about quality players. William Carvalho, interest there in him, and has he agreed to come to the club already?
I don't know. I know that he's a good player. Of course, he's a good player, and a lot of clubs have interest in him in the last few years since he came on not on a market, but on a radar. He's a top player, and that's all that I can say. Top players are hard to get, but all of us are looking to get them.
The 40 million release clause, that would be a bit rich, would it?
Yeah, it would be a bit rich. Yeah, you're right, a bit more rich. Yeah, even today.
And Jota, Brentford.
Sorry?
Jota, Brentford.
A good player again. But to be fair, I told you, we've done the business. One more I would love, but if we have to offload one or to sell one, even then. But the other positions, you know, we done our priorities. That was right back, that was center forward, that was left wing or whatever. And then Joe Hart happened. And now, if one goes, one will come to refresh the side, and if someone is not happy, or if we can get something better, and there's a possibility to do the job, especially because we done a great job, the board done a great job, because we got our first targets, basically. It's not just positions, it's like we had a list and we got, and in one moment of the transfer window, we were patient enough not to jump on maybe when the opportunity was to get like a third name on the list. We waited for a first, and we got rewarded for that. But then on the other side, we spent a lot of money, of course, but we didn't spend crazy money, because still, don't forget that we offload, or some players that we didn't want them to go, they went, and so we sold the players for good money as well. If we're talking about Fletcher, if we are talking about Randolph, if we're talking about Nordweit, if we're talking about Valencia, so we also so the balance between that and that is like, I don't know, less than 10 million.
And maybe bring in 10 million or more for Adrian?
For Adrian? You know, I say Joe Hart, we are happy that Joe Hart joined us. It's a big, not only, it is a statement from the club, of course, he's number one in England, but he's also a great goalkeeper and all that, and you want competition. And Joe wasn't planned. Joe, I don't know, it was before, was it before Austria, and then when it's suddenly appeared that he could be available and all that. But at that moment, I spoke with the goalkeepers, and I told them that they are both good and all that, and that we can, if they want and all that, we can sell or offload one of them, but the other one will have to stay because we need two top goalkeepers. So the first opportunity came to Randy, and he went to Middlesbrough and all that. I spoke several times to Adrian, and I told them that he's a great bloke. I mean, he can't be angry or whatever. He can be for a couple of minutes disappointed, but not angry. But I told him, like, only if the club gets a good offer for him, and plus, on top of that, and first of all, if the club can find a good replacement, then maybe we can do him a favor, kind of a. But chairman wants him to stay. I want him to stay. Everybody wants him to stay. He's big part. He's 4 years here or whatever. He's very important on the pitch, very important in the dressing room, very important on the training ground. And we want to give him a new contract, a longer contract, to show him how much we want him and respect him. And that's the story.
Thank you very much. Manchester United, what a way to start the season. Do you sense within the squad a real excitement about that fixture?
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal to play there, first game of the season, but then on the other hand, it's brilliant. You know, it's the greatest away game in the league. Of course, we have a chance. Of course, we are positive and all that, and we know they are Manchester United. They improved the squad with quality, with big transfers and all that. They already played one competitive game against Real Madrid, like a proper competitive, very important game. And we are looking forward for that. And we have some good memories, recent ones from Old Trafford. And we played twice there in the league. I'm here, and we drew 2 times. Yeah, so it's going to be very difficult, and we know what we have to do. We will have to be on top of our game. Okay, we are missing some players. That's not. It would be better if we have a couple of them more. But then, of course, we are positive.
A final question, really. It's going to be a month before you play at home. How much of a setback is that?
Again, it's not ideal, but it's only one game, you know. It's only one game that they changed. It's a game against Southampton. I mean, it's not ideal that you play three league games and one cup game away from home. But then at the end of it ain't gonna always be like that. At the end of the September, it's gonna get even, you know. So as I said, it's not ideal. Therefore, we have to be on top of our game on Sunday, because the sooner you get the point or points, you know what I mean, the better you're gonna, the more relaxed you're gonna be in the next game, especially that game is the away one, you know. Cheers.
Given the quality of the signings you've made, what do you feel you can realistically achieve this season?
I don't know, it's all on paper. We've done well on paper. But the most important thing for us is if we cut down the injuries, then we're going to do the business. The new acquisitions, the new players, they're all experienced, they're all very hungry, they're all going to add the quality. And of course, if we do both of that, as I said, it should be a good season for us. But only if we know what we have to do every day on a training ground and in every game, is to work hard, not to think like that because we got 4 new players that we're gonna go straight in the top whatever. It is a wrong approach, of course, and but if we dedicate ourselves for a cause of West Ham, if we continue to work hard or to even work harder, we have a good team. We have a good team.
The backing from the board you've already spoken about, just how does that make you feel? It's a huge vote of confidence for you, isn't it?
Sorry?
There's a huge vote of confidence that the backing from the board, they've got faith in you to
Oh, yeah, but they are backing the club, they are backing the team, they are like, these players are good players, you know, these players were not only my wish, you know, and of course the chairman, he wants West Ham to be successful and all that, and that's why he was ready to spend some money and to get the players, I'm saying again, exactly who we wanted for not like ridiculous kind of money, you know. So and of course, but I expected that they're gonna back those transfers because they're good ones. And I don't know very few, if someone has said about our transfers that are not good on paper. Now we have that what we have done on paper. That means nothing basically now. There's a pitch, but you have a chance now with these players better than last year.
Do you expect a strong competition between Adrian and Joe Hart, or do you have a number one goalkeeper?
It's always competition, you know. We have like any other manager, you know. We have like on most of the positions, you know. All the clubs in the Premier League, all the managers are trying to have because it's a long league, it's a difficult league, it's a very demanding league. And it's very hard to maintain the form for the players and to keep that and to maintain that form from August till May. And then you add the injuries or suspensions. Of course, you need a competition on every position. That goes for the keepers as well.
Finally, from me, just on Man United in general, some big signs for them. Do you consider them as real title contenders this season?
Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. I mean, Man United by itself, they're title contenders every season. I mean, and then if you add to that that this is Mourinho's second year, that is always his best year, wherever he was, and if you, as you said, if you add new players who are really, some of them are impressive. They didn't buy a lot, but they bought like all big names, big transfers on that position that they needed. And they've done it quite early also. That puts them definitely in among the title contenders. Yeah.
Excuse me, just two from me. With the likes of Chicharito and Arnautovic coming in, have you had to speak to Andy Carroll and give him assurances that his long-term future is at West Ham with those new arrivals who might have perhaps...
Oh, we spoke a bit about it, but I don't have to give him. We were talking now about competition and also I don't think that we have number-wise, I mean quantity-wise, more strikers than we had first year or in my second year, like last year. It's just, I think last year we had even more strikers. Last year with Carroll and Sacco, let's say, there were Zaza, there were Fletcher, there was Caleri. There were three of them.
But when fit,
if he wasn't then thinking like, oh my God, where's my position? Now you have only Chicharito, and Enner was in the beginning of the season, Valencia, also there. So when the people are talking, you know, we don't have more players than last season on the positions. And last season was a very strange one when we needed all of them. So with Andy, the situation is very simple. I mean, he knows that whole West Ham, or when it comes down to me, that I like him, or we like him. And make no mistake, if Andy is fit, we're going to find a space for him to play, because he's a useful player, very, very useful player.
And just finally from me, just I'd like to get your thoughts on the biggest talking point of the summer, Neymar to Paris Saint-Germain. Your thoughts first on the fee itself, but then the knock-on effect it may have. Arsene Wenger's already said that £50 million players may become £100 million players, and will that trickle down to the sorts of players that you might look to bring into West Ham?
No, for me, it's also, for me, it's also crazy money. Of course, it's crazy money. I don't know how many, 220 or whatever. 222. Where did they find that two? You know what I mean? That's for me. That's for me crazy. Why it's not 220? It's got to be 222. I mean, of course, it's the money is ridiculous. But then again, if it was only Neymar or Messi or those kind of players, then okay. The problem is they're gonna raise the price of excellent players. But then even then it's okay. But then they're gonna raise the price of average players, and that is the problem, because there are loads of them. There are loads of them, but you can't stop it. But you can't stop it. But then, does it help the circulation of the money? Does it help, I mean, the smaller clubs, because this money that goes to Barcelona, they're going to keep it. They're going to again buy some players for that, and then those clubs will again buy some players. I mean, it's going to, at the end of the day, one part of it's going to come to smaller clubs. But if you ask me, do I think the money is crazy? Yeah, of course the money is crazy. But if you want to play a big game fishing, you gotta be prepared to spend a lot, or at least to find a balance between spending and producing in your own academy or whatever.
Okay, guys, cameras off, please.
Thanks so much, Simon.
Cheers.